Good evening, Proxy Table Gaming fans. You're tonight joined by the Gobbo for Hobby Show August. I have Scabbat with me.
Hello, hello.
Good evening, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, looking forward to this. It's going to be some good models to see today. As always, guys, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on the Ninth Age forums, we're on lots of different places. Please come and find us, come and talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. Coming up today, Hobby this month, and then Miniature Company showcases. There's loads of different companies that we're going to try and show you and try and get as much through as possible within our time scale. But first of all, Scabvat's Hobby. What have you done this month, my friend?
Month of August, I was pretty much recovering from Black Country Brawl 3. Played 5 fantastic games against 5 fantastic opponents. The first opponent, I think his name was Lucky Sixes. A bit sketchy.
Never heard of him.
A sketchy player, yeah. He was alright. Yeah, I thought, because it was being live streamed, I thought I'd let him win.
Is he a newer player?
Yeah, he's quite new to the scene, actually. No, bless him. He tries. Rolled out the gnome bots. Finally finished them. In true tournament fashion. I was up until 4:30 AM the night of the tourney. Morning of the tourney, I guess. Basing the models, but all done. Got my bespoke army lists printed off that ended up as souvenirs for my 5 opponents, which I'm sure they were all utterly delighted to have.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It looks like the instruction manual from a Sonic game.
Yes, yeah. Otherwise, apart from that, I've just been kind of having a bit of a wind down. One positive was that I managed to win best army alongside, it was like a joint first place alongside Kevin Bromley's Warriors of the Dark Gods. And
awesome.
his army was phenomenal.
I saw the photos.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, all of the armies that went up for consideration were all like jaw dropping. So congrats to everyone.
No, definitely, and to yourself as well, mate. So they are stunning, absolutely gorgeous models, and I think everyone watching this will just sit here watching for a while, just looking at these. So do you want to just quickly go through what they all are?
Yeah, sure. I mean, left to right, there's a ballistic ordnance for large targets, or the bolt thrower. We've got some boom bots, which are my marksmen. There's a arcade network via interlaced ley lines, which is my anvil of power. Got some spear bots. Got some enforcers, which were like hull guardians. The protectatrons down the front were my deep watch stand-ins. They were protecting Professor Whizzelbang in his quote-unquote war throne. Got some more boombots in the back. Behind them were the Whirly Boppers and the Whirly Bomber, which were my Steam Copters and Steam Bomber. And then hiding around is my Rune Priest down in the front, and my BSB Foreman.
Awesome. Yeah, again, it's just such a characterful army. Yeah. Really, really like him. And from the feedback that I've had, everyone that's come up against it's really enjoyed it as well. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing what other armies I could proxy them as.
Definitely.
I mean,
go back to UD.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm good enough for that, but yeah, we'll have a look.
That's awesome, mate. And then what else have you been doing?
Like some friends and I have been eyeballing a very, very casual 40k setup. And I mean, my 3D printer was feeling a bit lonely after the gnome bots, so I thought, why not print an army of robots? So yeah, I found some fantastic 3D files for some Space Communists is the official name.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
I think all our listeners would really want to know this. Are you actually part robot?
Only on Thursdays and the weekends.
I thought you were going to say affirmative then. Damn it.
Yeah,
but then, again, for 3D printed models, they're awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
and I can't wait to blow them out the sky.
Yes. Yeah, there is something to say. I mean, when you're like these files I paid for, but when you're talking this kind of quality and the reliability of their prints, 100% worth it. And it's just Definitely. It is nice to kind of throw some love and support for the file creators. So in this case, it was an artist called Piper Makes on Cult 3D. Nice. has a range of these models, and they're all mind blowing.
That's awesome. Cool. And what have I been doing?
Yeah,
I've been elbow deep in commissions this month. This is on the left here. We have Dark Place Miniatures. They sent me this. I'm going to go with Communist again, but a different take on the Communist bot with the hammer and sickle in his hands. It's Titan size, no, not Titan size, Knight size. I beg your pardon.
Oh wow!
So it's a hefty piece of resin, but it's also 3D printed, and again, the detail is just fantastic. So again, the base itself, I haven't added anything to it, so all I've done is glue it together and then paint it. So it all comes like that as the 3D print, and it's just fantastic. Really, really recommend that. So that's Dark Place Miniatures, guys. Then on the right, we had the Maiden Carrier, which is from Dystopian Wars. I think it was a Kickstarter that started when the original Dystopian Wars was out. And it's basically an aircraft carrier on an iceberg.
The Dystopian Wars franchise is just hilarious in terms of the ideas it comes out with. Oh, wow.
So this is all the previous models that I've done for the same client. I got it all out together at once. It was the first time I managed to get it all out onto a single piece of board, because it's always been done in dribs and drabs. But effectively, this is the combined Navy and Air Force, minus the pit parts I'm doing this month. But again, just awesome. First time I've had it all in my hands at once to be able to take a photo of it. So I've had a small fleet there, a squadron of those there, and just over time, this is what it's built up as. And then the Ice Maiden is the final piece.
Wow,
so yeah,
that's
awesome.
Impressive.
So we've done some Forge World Krieg tanks, because everyone loves Krieg.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd treat myself to paint a 30k Word Bearers Knight. Not Word Bearers, World Eaters.
That's it.
And drawn a nice little map of Europe. About to get swallowed. But yeah, really good fun. It's nice to try something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I've also been dabbling with 40k. So I've started with my Volker Fenriker. So I wanted more Viking-looking Space Wolves, in effect. And this is my Primaris captain, who's going to be my Jarl, basically. And then I've got his Blade Guard, which is a Huskarls. And I think the combination of using the Wolves parts, the Primaris parts, and also, again, the Dwarf helmets.
Yeah.
It works really, really well.
Looks good.
And hopefully I'll get a chance to actually paint them. And, blimey, it's been a busy month. I also started my UD army. So this is my Greek terracotta army that's all going to be bronze statues, which is going to look lovely. But it's on the back burner now because I've got lots coming up. But the whole premise of it is built around the Chappie, it's built around the Colossus. Then the back left, you've then got a big unit of Necro Guard, and then all the Greek characters in front of them, which again are going to look awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun army to go up against.
Cool. So on to the main event. So we're going to do Miniature Company Showcase H to M. So we did the A to G. I think it was 2 months ago now, wasn't it? Yeah. So this is the carry on from that. So we're going to show some of the new miniature companies that aren't the biggest, just to try and vary our hobby. So first up, it's Gribo Games, and they have a wonderful array of different models. I've put up little sigils there of army books that they have. They do have more, but go check them out on their website. So, first up, some, I think they're called Kalimar. It's
Okay.
basically Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, cultists, Blood Bowl people, but could
Yeah.
quite easily be made into cultists, or even Warriors of the Dark Gods, or even Asklanders, maybe. I just think the detail on these is just lovely. Then Undead. So some really funky sculpts.
Those two golems at the back are just having the times of their lives, aren't they?
Yeah. I like the werewolves that are dressed up as Nana.
Yes.
There you go, there's more. So this is like the whole collection of the Undead. So it's, well, if you look at it, it's basically like chess pieces, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just really, really smart.
Really, really
It's
character.
good. Yeah, they're lovely models. Then Kingdom of Ekatane. So again, it's not very often you get to see basic infantry models for Kingdom of Ekatane at the moment
True.
that have like better like poses and things like that, rather than the old GW ones.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And these are just lovely. So again, you can use some of them as Forlorn Knights. You can use some of them as like the Paladins on foot. Yes, they're Blood Bowl models or whatever you want to call it, but you can so easily use these for the 9th Age.
Yeah, a couple of hand swaps and you're sorted.
Some Saurians. Imagine using those as your Kaiman.
Those are considerably beefier than a lot of the. Well, they look beefier than a lot of the models you might normally pick up.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But also, again, the skinks. So you got the chameleons in the centre there. Just really nice models.
Yeah.
Again, imagine the fun you could have just like trying to paint that as an actual chameleon, trying to like hide. Brilliant. And then my favourite. Chaos Penguins. And their mortal enemies. Walrus Dwarfs.
Right. Well, tell you what, we've got the models for our new armies sorted, haven't we?
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
take one, I'll take the other.
I'll go for the penguins.
Yeah, fine.
I just think it's just a bit of fun. But one of the things that I like about this hobby is that you don't have to have models specifically for anything, apart from the sheer joy of actually making them and painting them. And these kind of just like really highlight that for me.
I'm closing my eyes right now and I'm trying to imagine the faces of like anyone stood across from you at a tournament table and you're like, yeah, this is my dwarf walrus army.
Walrus.
Walrus, yeah.
Brilliant. So Gribo Games, guys, go check up there. There's so much available on there. Next up is Heresy Lab. They've done a lot of 40k, but I've shown just basic fantasy related models now.
Uh-huh.
So first up, Town Crier with a chicken on his head. Because you've got to have a chicken on your head if you're Town Crier.
You know what? I was so busy looking at the signs hanging off his torso, it didn't even occur to me. Like, I'm so used to human models like this having a ridiculous feather arrangements on their hats. It didn't occur to me that it was a damn chicken.
Exactly. It's very Mordheim, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know it's painted quite brightly, but again, you could really grimdark that down. And then you have Apothecary
Yeah.
holding a foot.
It was a poorly foot.
Yeah.
It was inconveniencing whoever it used to be attached to.
I don't like the fact that he's got the candles on top of the alcohol barrel. But hey, what can you do? Pig Sniper.
Right?
Why not?
Yeah.
When in Rome, use your ammo pig to lean on.
If it's efficiency.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Then your Death Jester.
Mm,
He's cool. I like him.
I don't know if I. There's something about jesters.
Yeah, I know.
Gives me the willies.
Rat Catcher.
Is he selling the rats?
Yeah. It's all meat, mate.
Yeah.
Chuck it in a pie.
You're not wrong.
I really like it. Witch Hunter.
I do like. There's something about the aesthetic of witch hunters that I love.
See, I despise them.
I really.
Yeah, I hate witch hunters. But it's a nice model. Highland Miniatures. So I've got some things that potentially could be Makar, but also could be Emperor Sunstall, could also be Kingdom of Equitane, and also then vampires. But these are 3D printed ones, and I think the quality of these is fantastic. So let's have a look.
Some doggos, some good
We
boys.
love a good doggo, don't we? I just like the fact that they've got dead skeletons riding them, as opposed to a live skeleton.
Live skeletons
but
are the
you know what I mean.
worst.
And again, there's something completely different. You don't get that much detail. There's still flesh on the bones
Just
and stuff like that.
Visually
It's nice.
more dynamic, which is nice.
We then have these wonderful ladies. So they're very Ottoman, but also potentially like Polish cavalry
Very
sort of
nice.
thing. Just the detail on those shields.
Yeah, with the right printer, that'll
Oh,
pick
definitely,
up beautifully.
definitely. Imagine like rank upon rank of those like armed like that. It'd be brilliant.
I mean, I'm wondering if they're like, are they modular? Given that they
I
come
believe
with
so.
bows or spears.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, nice.
But again, the thing that I really like about them is there's so many different textures on there. So, for example, you've got the fur of the boots. You've also got then the padded part of the skirt underneath, the trench coat.
yeah.
You've then got the ornamentation of the shields, and then also again like the spear shaft, and then the armor is just so crisp and clean.
Yeah.
And then hussars.
There they are.
Look at them; they are glorious. Just yeah. Again, I can remember the old winged hussars from the Dogs of War, and they're just such an iconic unit. But these are them turned up to 11, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a lot more energy in them from, I think it's primarily the horse skull.
Yes. Yes. But also, again, all the tassels, all the additional parts, all the ornamentation. The idea with the winged
Yeah.
hussars is that they're supposed to be so large and so flamboyant, and having them charged right at you, you just ran. Basically. Infinite Dimensions. Have you heard of Infinite Dimensions?
No, I can't say I have.
So they do terrain, which is cool.
Okay.
So we'll start out with a nice house.
Oh, what a lovely house.
So again, 3D printed, which is awesome.
Okay.
And again, so that there would fit on a nice sized building in terms of like the 9th Age rules. So you have your map packs and things like that. So that would fit lovely, especially when it's painted up.
Yeah.
You also have a barn, which is nice because again, rather than just like your traditional symmetrical barn, this is what it would look like in real life, as close to as damn it.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see how the file's broken down for printing.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I imagine it would be wall, additional bits, roof.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of gubbins. There's a lot of detail.
Definitely. Modular roads for terrain. Really, really good.
Okay.
Really like them. Again, 3D printable, and they click together. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I can see the connecting tabs. That's
Really
interesting.
good. Got a broken down shed. I just
Yeah,
think
it's
really
nice
characterful.
to have something different to a standard kind of house.
There's some of the painted stuff.
So actually, looking at those models down the bottom right
Mhm.
corner of the picture, yeah, that's a large bit
It's
of
not
terrain.
small. Not small. I think they're 28 mil.
Mm.
So they're trying to be realistic in terms of height.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just lovely. It is exactly what you'd see in medieval Europe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
Walter
yeah,
Frey, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Game of Thrones. Last Sword miniatures. Empress Homestyle, Highborn Elves, and Saurian Frog People. So it's not very often you get to see your almost like Phoenix Guard sculpts for Highborn Elves. So again, I like these ones because they look more dragon-esque. So similar to like the Dragon Princes that you normally have. Sorry, Knights of Rhymer.
Yeah.
So again, if you were looking for that more dragon-orientated Highborn Elf army,
Yeah, they're
These would
different,
fit in
but
lovely.
they would still fit in.
you then have the Lion Guard, which again,
yeah.
really, really smart. Multiple different sculpts. So again, it looks like a posse rather than just copy paste elves, which unfortunately some of the other companies they do all point the spears to the same direction. It just doesn't
I guess
look
the idea
natural.
is that they're very regimented.
But these are lovely. Really like them.
And they look chunky,
Yes.
you know, for elven woodsman, if you will.
How about this for a spearback?
That's an angry looking turtle. Or is it a tortoise?
It's a tortoise. So that is literally a spearback turtle. Just awesome.
I think you find it's a tortoise.
You then have a priest flying a cloatl. So this is actual like Quetzalcoatl, which is the god, snake god in Mexico. So again, you could use that as a big pterodon mount or something like that. Just I think it's lovely.
And again, designed for SLA, so
Yeah.
it's all printable.
Humans.
Mm.
So again, some nice printed human models. Lots of different sculpts, lots of different ways. I love the way that the musicians just sat on the drum, having a breather.
Yeah.
But again, different helmets, different armor plates. So it is what a medieval army would have looked like.
And I think it's more realistic that they've all got body types similar to the gamers
Yes,
that are using them.
yes,
You know, just
exactly.
positive reinforcement.
Exactly. There's me, look. So, so again, one of my favourite units for the old Empire army was the Titojan Guard. And
Yes.
these just, yeah, they are Knights of the White Wolf, aren't they? They're just awesome.
Even down to the hammers, yeah.
Then you have, are they called Right Scars now? No, they're
Electoral cavalry.
Electoral Cavalry. So again, they're so flamboyant, but they're also fully armoured. Just really, really smart. I really like them.
And they look like they'd rank up nicer.
You remember these bad boys?
Oh, the birdmen.
Birdmen of Katraza. Just, I don't know what on earth you would use them as. I really don't. But I don't care.
That could work.
I'd use them. Oh, they could be
Yeah.
Pegasus Knights.
Yeah.
Just give one a lance and a shield rather than the crossbows. Put on a nice goblin rather than a human.
Yeah.
And we're away.
Swap the head out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, really characterful. Again, the old ones, which are the Dogs of War, was like late 90s for those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't aged well, bless them.
I
But
think
these
it's just nice
are
seeing
really,
kind
really
of more
fluid. They have
unusual
lots of
models as well.
movement about them, which is really nice. Lazy Squire Games. Have you heard of these before?
No.
I really like the emblem.
I'm enjoying the logo, yeah. Right, what's
It's
this?
Colossus. Just,
Ah.
it is amazing. It just reminds me of Prince of Persia.
I think I said it in a previous video. I do enjoy when the construction of a model makes it look like it's defying
Yeah.
the laws of gravity
Definitely.
or whatnot. Like that big old gouge
Feat
missing from
of
its torso.
engineering.
Yeah, I love it. It's like it's,
I think it's just a clever little.
yeah, it's just really, really smart. Then you've got the Pharaoh Chappie on a camel, in fact. I just realised that's a camel, not a horse.
Yeah, war camel.
Yeah. They are mean buggers, aren't they? But even the sand has been sculpted in the bottom.
Yes. And again, it's the gribbly detail. Come out and paint quite nicely.
An elf. Being an elf. Lots of detail.
Don't know if that's an homage to a certain elf from a certain MMO, but that's a good
It
model.
looks very Assassin's Creed to me.
Yeah. Everything you'd need from an elf with a bow.
Exactly.
Lord Choppus, wanting to show his, really kind of wow his friends at show and tell.
I'm lost for words with that one. I think it's Samurai, isn't he? I know he's undead, obviously.
You know what? If he wants to be a samurai, I'm not going to argue with him.
I think that's what the person on the floor did there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, again, there's so much detail, so much going on. It would be lovely to paint a mounted human with a double-ended lance.
It's a good pose.
Again, all the different rocks have been sculpted, the padding on the horse, as well as the barding. Just lovely.
Is that a cat lady?
No, I think it's a Valkyrie.
It looks like a Thundercat.
It could also be a Thundercat. Again, I'm not going to stand in her way.
No. I love like the pose of it. I'm guessing one of the back legs of that hippogriff is propped against the pillar that's fallen over.
I hope so.
But yeah, so much dynamism.
Otherwise, that front left leg is on
Yeah.
under a lot of strain. Just proper vampire. Yeah,
Rah, gribble, gribble.
that's what we like. One that actually looks like a bat. Love it.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with someone like that.
Not at all. Or him.
That's a cool model.
Again, your witch hunter. Inquisitor sort of style chappie. The little bit Dick Turpin thrown in as well.
Yeah, yes.
Stand and deliver, or you're going to get a stake put through you.
Oh, hello.
He's a beastie boy, isn't he? It's not very often you see orcs with beards, is it?
No, actually, I mean, you know, the orc that we most readily available to us are distinctly hairless,
Apart from their top
unless
knot.
it's stapled on. But no, it's.
I like him.
I'd be interested to see if there's other models in the range similar to this one, because that's a good basis for an army
Definitely.
look.
Lions Tower miniatures. It's another surprise for you. Or do you know these?
Another surprise. Yeah, hit me with them.
Oh, that logo at the top looks very familiar, Dan.
Maybe. Hey.
Gotta love Kokobo Riders.
Oh, and the panicking black mage.
Yes.
On the right. Oh, there's a unit of
Oh,
them.
just wait, my friend. Just
Oh.
wait. There's 2 units of them.
Oh, that's it. I'm gonna scrap the vermin swarm.
Exactly.
Next I'm going for a Final Fantasy themed Empire
Yes.
army. Let's go.
There's so much more on there. I just couldn't get proper photos of it to share on here. There's
Yeah.
so much more. But you've got black mages. You've got lots more of the rabbit people again. I can't remember what they're called. Moogles, loads of stuff. Just awesome.
I mean, judging from tournament lists, all I need is Outriders and Electoral Cav.
Exactly.
So I'm fine with just these
Exactly.
two,
You
actually.
can get that chap earlier with the chicken on his head, and that can be the general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bosh.
sorted.
Again, Lucky Six is going to love those. He loves a bit of FF. Lou Bart miniatures. Heard of these?
Nuh-uh.
So,
Ooh.
they do mostly Undying Dynasties, but they do
Uh-huh.
Egyptian and also Greek.
Okay.
So they've done all these different models for the Undying Dynasties, and they've done, again, the Egyptian variant and the Greek variant, which I think is just awesome. But again, the detail and the amount of stuff on there to focus your eyes is just brilliant. So I'm guessing that's Archive Ages, do you think?
The horses. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it depends on how big that
Or
base
it's a chariot.
is exactly.
It's a chariot base.
It's a chariot base, yeah. In which case, yeah, mage and chariot. I've just realised that the horses drawing the thing don't have back legs.
No. They are spirits.
So,
And
yeah.
they actually are connected to the sorcerer.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
It's just really cool.
Oh,
Really cool. That's some of the Greek ones.
they're just chariots. Yeah,
So again, undead Greeks. Just awesome.
that'd be a good thing for Barrow Legions.
Some nice Feldraks.
Oh, scaly
Have
boys.
a good Feldrak army list. Not very common nowadays.
No, let's pretend that they're not common. That's
Warriors of the Feldrak gods.
yeah.
Giant rats. Love a good giant rat. Tyrant on litter.
See, there's a lot more cooperation in that plinth carrying, Planaquin carrying. That's the word I'm looking
Yes.
for. I feel there should be more discontent. You know.
I think that is in the units to the right there. But I like the fact that they are human-esque in
Yeah.
terms of, apart from the lower leg, everything else could be mistaken just for a human with a rat's head.
That makes them more intimidating.
I
Doesn't
think
it?
so. Also because they're as tall as humans, rather than stooping like the traditional skinny
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's true.
Mini Monster Mayhem. So this is my favourite, these ones. So you've heard of them.
Yes.
I've chosen some lovely ones. First up, Raptors. Just love them. Imagine putting Dark Elves on them. Dread Elves, sorry, on them.
I mean, Dread Elf lists would just love loads of these
Yeah.
models, wouldn't they?
Remember the Battle Yak from last month? You could use one of these little dinosaurs on
Yeah.
the front there. But you could easily use them as like frost salamanders.
Oh, for sure.
Spearbacks on the back right. Loads of different uses for them. That
Anklisaur Caravan.
is just awesome.
Jobs.
It's just so clever. I love it. I genuinely, I want to get 3D printed for that model.
There's something cute about kind of seeing these kind of beast of burden type models just being used for, in inverted commas, like mundane
Exactly.
tasks.
So this is the 836 bus to Hampstead.
Hang on, wait, back up. What? What's it?
So this is the fully evolved version of the T-Rex, based on the most recent fossil record.
Yeah. I remember, it was hard to accept that velociraptors have feathers, but
I think they're horrific. Imagine if they were painted like a pale chicken, like the ones you normally see, like with the really like pinky skin and stuff like that. Oh, with white feathers sticking out the back.
so yeah, I suppose like similar to what we were saying earlier. Just imagine, looking at your opponent across the table and saying, "Here is my army of Tyrannosaurus chickens."
Well, they could be demigryphs, couldn't they?
Yeah, just scale them up a bit. Well, actually, you know what? I think it's better if you don't scale them
Yes.
up.
I still think they're quite big. I'm not sure how big, but then you get to monstrous proportions. So this is one of the insects. So this is like an insect queen, and it's dragon sized basically.
Wah.
Yeah, so much going on. Then you had the drones and the warriors and the different things. But the design and the time that's gone into them is just so good.
Yeah, the chitin
Look at that.
is remarkably detailed.
Oh, I love him. I love the little chap up front. He's got a little walking stick. It's brilliant.
Yes. I can't say I've seen many people using the GW Scarab
No.
as a model in their armies for
Well,
nice.
this is a Goliath beetle, isn't it? Or stag beetle.
I think so.
Something like
It's
that.
a bug.
But it's,
Big bug.
yeah, I just love the caravan look, similar to what you said earlier. And the little chap at the front just leading with his little Panama hat and his walking stick. It just reminds me of Hollow Knight so much. And I'd love to paint that, like the Stagway, with one of the map collectors or whatever little bugs. Just gorgeous. And then you have that.
Is that a... Oh, God. That's a... Oh.
A Cerberus Rex. Just
That's
monstrous.
a lot of heads.
Monstrous. So the chap on the right is just a standard Rex, whereas the one on the left, the Cerberus one, I don't even know. You could use that as a Hydra.
Yes,
You
good
could
shout.
use that as a Wasteland Behemoth, maybe. Just even with the palanquin on the top, or the Howdah, or whatever you want to call it. Imagine putting a Coatl on top of that.
I mean, looking at the notes and it's saying, 6 to 8 enemy/playable characters. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure this creator designs for kind of D&D
Yes.
models. So if you're fitting 6 to 8 like standard size, 28mm type models on that Howdah, that's a big model,
It's
isn't it?
pretty huge.
Holy moly!
So if you see the dinosaur that's on the base,
Yeah,
the one that's being chowed down on.
nommed.
Oh, no, it'll be in a second. Never mind. Just remember that model on the base. A serpent dragon god thing that gives me the shivers. I hate it, but it's beautiful.
Too many teeth. That's what it is.
Probably. And there's another one. So again, a different take on Saurian ancients, maybe. So snake women and snake men, as opposed to standard reptile or amphibian.
Yeah.
So again, that could be a carnosaur.
I know for Frostgrave Archipelago, the piratey jungly theme one. They released a Snake Man kit in plastic. They could hold some promise for that idea.
More insectoids. So these are your war scorpions with riders. Just, I love the skulls. They're so different to anything else that's out there.
No, you're right on that front.
Where have you ever seen a locust warrior apart from Disney's Life of Bugs?
I mean, weirdly, it's rare to see like 4-armed
Anything.
miniatures
Yeah.
in wargaming for some reason. I don't know why.
The only thing really is the Keeper of Secrets, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh, they're horrid. But again, that's your snake people. So your Saurian ancients.
Mm.
So you can either have them with legs or you can have them with tails.
Or even beastmen, I guess.
Are they called Ophidians? Is that the right phrase?
I believe so. Again, off the D&D stuff, I think it's like these are the models you use for Yuan-Ti, which
Yes.
are an ancient civilization of snake people. So, aww, what a cutie!
So the T-Rex is half the size of that.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
So this is your double-decker bus of your moving buddies. Just lovely.
I mean, I'm looking at the middle model, and I can only assume that's what I look like when I'm trying to find like where the cookies have been stashed in the kitchen cupboards.
So you're trying to reach for the allspice at the top
Yeah.
of the top. So that's the dinosaur that was being ripped apart by the T-Rex.
I mean, that's not small, is it?
Oh no, it's still nice, really nice. I love the little ladder that's come down by the side of him. Just awesome. The amount of things that you could use these as, and again, it just adds like centerpiece models. Even this one would still look amazing as part of a centerpiece for an army.
I mean, if you use the Howded one, that's a pretty good mount for the skink priest on a, I want to say Ramphadon.
Yeah, the Stygiusaur.
Stygiusaur, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's awesome. Cool. Mom miniatures. Mom? M-O-M?
Yeah, we all know. We all know, Mom.
Are you going to put your bets down as to what you're going to see?
I'm reckoning something highborn elves, infernal dwarves, Sonstal.
Oh, look. More Phoenix Guard. But actual phoenixes on their helmets.
Mon miniatures, they've got this really kind of fascinating aesthetic to them, don't they? It's almost kind of fable, fairy tales like.
Yes. It's very high fantasy, isn't it? As opposed to like gribbly medieval fantasy. Again, like there's no way in hell those humans will be able to hold those halberds. But they look cool. Lovely trolls eating a pig.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Oh, poor little thing.
Oh, poor little thing.
There's a lot of character in those 3 sculpts.
Again, it's nice to see different types of trolls.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, those could be painting up as any flavour of trolls.
These you've seen lots of times.
Yeah. Well, so one of my opponents at Black Country Brawl had units of these models.
Yeah, I think they're lovely.
It's his Hold
It's
Guardians.
the job for Hold Guardians. Yeah, really, really well.
100%. 100%. I think, the first time you read the Dwarven Hold books and you see that unit entry, it's probably this is probably the sort of thing you're thinking of just off the get-go.
The only thing for me, slight critique, the one on the left, there's a mould line underneath the hammer. It annoys me.
Sort it out, Mom
Come on.
miniatures. Gah.
These are nice. Again, they're proper Northmen, Marauder, barbarians, aren't they? I love the full-size shields as well, as opposed to like the little mini ones that normally come with them.
Yeah, more shields and sense.
Yeah,
That's
proper shield wall, wouldn't it? Great swords, Imperial Guard. Sorry,
those are some cheesy grins.
They
aren't
are.
like far right and second in from the left.
oh yeah,
It's like those little grimaces.
they're packing.
Yes.
An old favourite.
I was so upset when this model went out of production.
I wasn't, because I hate it. Because you know what it is? It's a goblin hewer. If they called it a dwarf hewer, that's fine.
I mean, I would happily use. What would you use that as? I guess maybe use it as an organ gun.
Could do. Yeah. Even a bolt thrower.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
I don't think anyone's going to turn you down if you rock up
what was the
with
original
that.
name? Malachyson's Goblin Hewer, wasn't it?
Goblin
Yeah.
Cure, yeah.
And it used to, the more ranks you had, the more attacks it got. It's
Yeah.
just-
That sounds like cheesy dwarf rules, to be fair.
it was Storm of Chaos, wasn't it? When was that? What, 2000 odd?
Don't go by, you'll date yourself.
Oh, I'm already ancient. Infernal Dwarf versions of the Whole Guardians, which I haven't seen before. I like these because they look like they're in pain.
I was going to say they look adorably cute, but now you mention pain, I feel...
They look like
Don't
they're
feel
genuinely
as-
someone's trapped in there trying to get out.
Yeah, especially the one on the right, now you say it.
Exactly. That's actually someone's feet in his mouth there. And then you got those.
Yeah.
They're just stunning. I love them, especially the way they're painted. It is so muted, but also at the same time bright. And it's all non-metallic, which is lovely.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think impresses you when you go on the Mon website, is that pretty much all of their models are, well, a lot of their models, I should say, are painted non-metallic for the studio pictures, and that it just kind of gives them that extra, I don't know, like extra sexiness.
I just think they're lovely. I just wish there was more variants. So we're going to do your Infernal Guard now. And they're called Infernal Immortals now. And is it Citadel Guard?
Yeah, Citadel Guard.
There's not many pistols though.
No, and I think that would deeply upset all of the ID players out in the world. Just not enough pistols, yeah.
There we go. Thank you very much for joining us again for this episode. We really do hope you enjoyed it and have some inspiration to go and try something different rather than just the main companies for miniatures. If you would like to have your models showcased on the show, please don't hesitate to get in contact on thepaintgoblin@gmail.com, which is my email. Please like, share, and subscribe to get more hobby and 9th Age related content. Remember to check out YouTube and also Instagram. We've got so much going on, so much more coming up. We're doing lots more artist interviews. We're going to be doing more from the companies that do different things. We'd love to really grow this channel and show you guys what you're missing out in terms of the hobby. Don't forget to give a goblin. We would love to see your pics of your oh god.
No, it's your turn this month. It's your turn.
It's Nifty's turn, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's not here, so we're skipping to you.
Right, okay.
We're judging you, just to let you know.
Greatly generous goblin giving for the greater good of gracious green skins
Oh!
globally.
Oh, he stumbled.
Yeah, on the last G. So, army commissions currently available from myself. We have Emperor Sonstall, we have Vampire Covenant, we have small amounts of Vermin Swarm. We've got a massive Mear's Beast Herds army that I'd love to be able to paint for someone. 4 Undying Dynasties armies, so we've got lots of the original Tomb Kings, but also against some Mear's models as well, and easily 15,000 points of Silver Elves, which is the old GW metal models, and they are stunning with all resin bases, and I'd love to be able to do that for someone. So if you are interested, please get in contact. I'd love to talk to you and show you what's available. And last of all, please go out and be a positive hobby influence, guys. We really want to grow this hobby. We really want to be as inclusive for everyone and get everyone to be proud of actually what they're doing.
Yeah, especially now that we're in a position in the world where we're starting to be able to see one another again. The tournaments are starting to roll back round. Now's a fantastic time to kind of have new blood kind of join in the hobby and the
As you go into tournaments, please talk to people about their armies. Say what you like about them. Be really, really positive and be really proud of actually having created something yourself and sharing that with other people. Cool. Anything else from yourself, Mr. Scabfat?
I think that pretty much wraps it up for August. Yeah, I think we're all done.
Yeah. Roll on September, which is 3D print month.
Yes, it is.
So,
Looking forward to that one.
Scabfat is going to be taking everyone through the 3D print process, and we're going to be looking at some awesome 3D print models, and hopefully again some of the community models as well, and some of the companies that just really blow it out of the park. So yeah, look forward to that, and I hope to speak to you all soon. So stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.